All right. So we have to start now. The
Rewards are also starting from 19 of
uh,
Feb.
oh, acha. Well, then what time do they get
Mm.
over?
They will get over at 11:30.
Acha. Okay, then you'll be back in time for one, or do you want to extend it a little later?
I'll study from 1 to 3 or 2 to 3.
No, no. You're doing it daily from 1 to 2. Is that fine, or do you want to shift the timings?
No, it's good. 1 to 2.
All right, fine. Sorry about
Because I
today.
have to study other subjects also.
1 hour only. All right.
Ah,
All right. So shall we start?
yes.
All right. So now we are going about the Khilafat movement. So Germany had surrendered on the November of 1918. This was when the armistice was signed, which ended World War One. And Turkey at that time, which is known as the Ottoman Empire, they also, who were German allies, surrendered after this. So the peace treaty that was imposed. So there was a special peace treaties imposed on all three of these powers: Austria-Hungary, the Ottoman Empire, and Germany. So this one, the peace treaty imposed severe terms on the Sultan of Turkey. All right, and the Sultan was known as the Caliph or Khalifa of the Sunni Muslims, and the Ottoman Empire completely collapsed after this. So all the territories that it had, it completely lost it, except for the people, the Turk people, which is known as modern day Turkey. And the Sultan was completely deprived of any real authority, even over the territories which were left under his control. So he was completely stripped of his powers, and this angered the Muslims in India. So a Khilafat committee was formed by to champion the cause of the Caliph by two brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, who were the leading lights in the movement. So Gandhi saw it as an opportunity of uniting the Hindus and the Muslims in India. He gave the advice to the Khilafat community to adopt a policy of non-cooperation with the government, and they joined hands together. And this non-cooperation campaign started on the 1st of August 1920. So, under this, the program of the Khilafat movement included resignation from the government services, boycott of all the councils, that is, like the parliament bodies and all that, on the for the provinces and all that. And third is refusal to pay taxes, and fourth, refusal to join the army. The Muslims of India demanded that the territories and powers which the Sultan of Turkey had lost would be restored to him. So, what was the significance of this movement? So, this exercised great influence over the Muslim masses, and after this the Congress launched the non-cooperation movement. So together, no such movement before had the support of so many people, either Hindus or Muslims. The Khilafat movement contributed to a sense of national unity. All right.
Yes.
Yeah. So then what happened is, the Khilafat movement ended in November of 1922, when Mustafa Kemal Pasha deposed the Sultan of Turkey and showed no concern for the holy places of Islam. He finally abolished the caliphate and separated the state from religion. Mustafa modernized education, agricultural, industry. He developed Turkey on secular and progressive lines. So, do you know about him, Mustafa Kemal Pasha?
No.
All right. So I'll give a brief intro to him. So he was, Mustafa Kemal Pasha. He was also known as Ataturk, the father of Turks. So he was like, he was an
What father of Turks?
father of Turks. So Turks are like, the people residing in Turkey. He was an army officer
Uh,
and belonged to this army faction known as Young Turks. So in those times, it was very common for the army to have factions, and also these factions would coordinate and all that. So what happened is, immediately after the aftermath of World War II, there was a scuffle that broke out. Right, there was a small, could say, civil war. And by November 1922, Mustafa Kemal, gained control of the country, and he made himself a dictator of Turkey. So he was a very secular and progressive leader. So under his rule, Turkey was completely secularized. Like earlier, there was a huge influence of Islam on the state. Now, it was completely abolished. And, you know, women were not allowed to wear those the headgear that they wear. Men were not allowed to wear caps, and in public places could not have any worship, and religion was made a very private affair. So he abolished the caliphate, and he brought in a new secular and progressive Turkey. All right, shall we move on? The next one is the
You
non-cop.
don't have to go.
Where do I was reading, man? I never said I have to go.
No, I think you have to go. It's 1 hour now. It's
Who
past 1 hour.
you? We started at 22 only. If you
No,
want,
no,
I don't have to go. Do you
no, I
have to
don't
go?
have to go. I'm free.
All right, then I'll continue.
No.
The next topic is the non-cooperation movement of 1920. All right. So this is also happened alongside the Khilafat movement. So the Jallianwala
Yeah,
Bagh, yeah, the Jallianwala Bagh
uh-huh.
tragedy had created a huge gulf between Indians and the British rulers. So by this time, there was already a non-cooperation campaign launched by the Khilafat committee, blessed by a person by Gandhi, and there were a lot of congressmen who also supported it. So, what were the objective and the meaning of the non-cooperation movement? A special session of the Congress was held at Kolkata on the 4th of September 1920, and this Congress committee accepted Gandhi's plan for non-cooperation with the government till their demands were fulfilled. A resolution was passed, and was formally ratified at the regular session of the Congress at Nagpur in December 1920. All right. Any doubts in this?
Mm.
Hmm?
No.
All right. So non-cooperation basically meant, not to cooperate with the evildoer. So Gandhi asked his countrymen not to assist the foreign government to rule over them. The non-cooperation movement, had the few objectives that were: first one, restoring this old status of the Sultan of Turkey, punishing those guilty of the atrocities of Punjab, and third, attaining Swaraj for India. And if his program was fully implemented, he promised we will get Swaraj in 1 year. Swaraj is complete independence. So the program of the non-cooperation movement had two things: negative and positive. The negative aspect of it was the boycott of the legislative council, the boycott of courts by lawyers, the boycotts of government school colleges, boycott of British goods, and surrender of titles and honorary posts. Any ideas why do you think these were considered negative?
Because then there will be lack of education and economic status will be.
So let's look at them by one. The first one, boycott of legislative council. So this was a big issue because there were many social groups. Like, I don't know if you know this, but the Dalits led by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, they wanted, for them getting into the legislative council was a huge thing because forget British rule, forget Mughal rule, for thousands of years of history, they have not been represented anywhere. And for them, these were the first chances, to get some representation, to have their voices heard. So, and if this was very popular in the south, so they were during the many in South India, the lower castes over there, they did not participate in the civil disobedience because they wanted to get into legislative councils, because for so long these councils were dominated by Brahmins and other upper castes. So now they believe this was their chance and they didn't want to lose it. All right, the boycott of government schools and colleges, because the British ones, were the best ones in India. Indian ones were, substandard and not up to the mark. All right, and yeah, boycott of British goods because Indian goods were very expensive, and only the rich among the rich could afford it. The poor people could not sustain buying khadi and other handmade clothes for a long period of time. Right. And the positive parts of it,
Mm.
let's see. The positive parts was Hindu Muslim unity, uh, removal of untouchability. I doubt that, but if they're given in the book, it's fine. But that did not actually happen. The third one is promotion of Swadeshi, especially homespun and home woven cloth. And the fourth one is the prohibition of intoxicating drinks, which is alcohol basically. Okay, shall we move? The spread and the success of the movement. The movement
So,
evoked, a hearty response throughout the country. So the first elections under the Act of 1990 were held in October 1920, and all Congress candidates had withdrawn from the contest. So there were no Congress in the first ever election. No Congress candidates had participated. Second thing, lawyers who gave up their practice were, very eminent persons such as C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, and Rajendra Prasad. Motilal Nehru was the
They
father
all
of
were lawyers.
yes. And third one is lakhs of
Mhm.
spinning wheels were distributed to popularize
Motilal
handover.
Nehru was what?
Father of Jawaharlal Nehru.
I
Uh,
know.
yeah. Third one is lakhs of spinning wheels were distributed to popularize hand woven cloth. And and many students, fourth one, many students left educational institutions owned or aided by the government. It was at this time where institutions such as Jamia Millia, which is JMU, right, and the Kashi Vidyapeeth was started. These are all Indian institutions. Fifth one, Rabindranath Tagore and many others renounced their titles and awards. So Rabindranath Tagore, he received, the knighthood from the Queen. He was known as Sir Rabindranath Tagore. He surrendered his title after the Jallianwala Bagh massacre. These titles and honors came to be regarded as badges of slavery. And around this time, the Prince of Wales visited India in November 1921. On the day he landed on Mumbai, the city observed complete hartal. Wherever he went, he was greeted with hartals and demonstrations. Lala Lajpat Rai, Motilal Nehru, Jawaharlal Nehru, and many other prominent leaders had been arrested, before the end of the year. Gandhi, however, was not yet in jail. Shall we move on to the next one? Any doubts you have so far?
Why Gandhi was not in jail?
So
Yeah.
generally they wanted to target, the others, other that not so famous leaders, because if Gandhi was arrested during this time, it would spark an even bigger outrage, right? So it was like a tactical thing,
Hmm.
right? Shall we move
It's
on to the next one? Chori Chora.
hmm, Chori Chora. That mob set fire na on
Yes.
police station.
Yeah. So for 2 years, the movement was kept on raging throughout the country. On, do you have to go?
Wait for 2 minutes. No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
no. Someone at the door.
yeah. Go on.
Parties.
Yeah, I don't think you have that too, but I'll explain it anyway if you want. Yeah. So on the
No, I want.
you have to go.
No, no.
Shall I continue or what?
You continue.
All right. So, on the 5th of February 1922, there was a clash that took place at Chauri Chara, which is a small town in the district of Gorakhpur, UP. You know what's famous about Gorakhpur?
What? What?
No, no, you can unmute yourself. You know Gorakhpur, what's famous about it?
No, I don't know actually.
So, before Yogi became the CM of UP, he was, an MP from Gorakhpur. Not something famous, just a fact.
Sure.
Hmm. Are you there or you want to stop now?
No, I'm here.
All right. Uh, so
You
what?
teach me.
Yeah, yeah. So what happened is, the police officer had beaten up some volunteers who were picketing a liquor store. So they were not letting people go and purchase alcohol. And a whole group of peasants came over there and they had gathered and gone to the police station. This mob set fire to the police station. Inside it, there were 22 policemen. So all of them were killed. And Gandhi was very shocked at, such a turn of events. And he realized that the country was not yet ready for such a non-violent struggle. And this more incident of violence spread to the other regions as well. So after this, he suspended the law-breaking part of the non-cooperation movement, and he asked congressmen to give their attention to the constructivity program, removal of untouchability, Hindu-Muslim unity, and use of hand-woven cloth. So these things. And on the 10th of March 1922, Gandhi was arrested for propagating sedition. He was arrested, for 6 years of imprisonment. However, he was released just after 2 years because of his failing health. And the suspension of the movement gave great dissatisfaction to many congressmen. C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru protested against it in the resolution of the working committee. Subhash Chandra Bose called it a national calamity, and Jawaharlal Nehru also believed, the movement should not have been suspended because some poor peasants had misbehaved. So, what was the impact or significance of it? So, freedom was still very far off for it, and the government was still as irresponsible as before. And whatever wrongs had been done to the people of Punjab, that was not yet resolved, nor was the Khilafat question resolved. And despite this, it would be wrong to say that the movement was a complete failure. It did have some many gains. So, what were these gains? The first one is the movement provided a national base to the Congress organization, and on this was the first time ever that such a large scale thing that had happened. All right, all sections of society, peasants, workers, lawyers, students, money classes, women, oppressed people, all came together and participated in the freedom struggle. People of all castes, creeds, and regions proclaimed Gandhi as their leader. All right. Second one was the
Mm.
movement undermined the power and the prestige of the British government. It helped in creating a huge anti-British sentiment in the country. There was a total loss of faith in the present system of government, and the people wanted to, get rid of their rulers. Now, British officials were very nervous and shaky for the first time. And next, moving on, repression. So the repression, it failed to crush
Wait,
this.
take.
Yeah, yeah.
Wait for 2 minutes. Huh?
Okay.
2 minutes work. You teach me till there.
Okay. After that, you
Then
have
I
to
have to
go.
go
Yeah, yeah. No
because
worries.
my tuition teacher will.
No
Yeah.
worries. So the repression failed to crush the spirit and courage of the people because the movement was made people very bold and patriotic. They could arrest and face police brutalities with a smile. They had a reason to fight now. The next one is Gandhi was determined to emancipate the poor and the oppressed. The removal of untouchability, the promotion of Khadi became the essential tools of Gandhi in his struggle against British rule. People took to charkas, which were the domestic spinning wheels, in a big way, and the message of Swadeshi spread quickly everywhere, and these were very positive. Another one was obviously the moment which set the scene for Hindu Muslim unity. And never before had any national movement at this point received the support of so many people, like the Hindus and the Muslims together. And the final point was the weapons of
Nathan,
Satyagraha.
Nathan.
Yeah, tell me.
Uh, do comrades hate Gandhi? Many
Who?
of them.
Who?
Comrades.
Not. Yeah, we have a lot of criticisms of him. That I'll tell you the reasons for it and all that. I'll finish this and tell, or do you want to do it at a later time?
You finish till state, then you can tell me.
All right, fine. So then the sixth one is the weapons of Satyagraha and the non-cooperation movement changed the character of the Congress overnight. So now the earlier the Congress was seen, as a very elitist group or something. Now, however, as there's a quote, that is said by a person, R.C. Majumdar. It was no longer a deliberative assembly, but an organized fighting force pledged to revolution. So from a group of elitists, it now became, the party for the common people that fought for the independence of India. And Jawaharlal Nehru described non-cooperation as a peaceful rebellion and the most civilized form of warfare, and yet dangerous to the stability of the state. Any doubts still here?
Can you tell me the sixth point again?
Yeah, so the weapons of Satyagraha and non-cooperation changed the character of the Congress overnight. So this was a huge movement. The non-cooperation movement, thrust the Congress into the mainstream. So earlier, the Congress was seen only as, an elitist group where all the rich people and all in their free time where they could come and discuss such issues. However, with the, enforcement of Satyagraha non-cooperation, it no longer became like a deliberative assembly, a place where people only talked, but now it became an organized fighting force which pledged to revolution, that is fighting for the independence of India. And this quote by Nehru said that he described non-cooperation as a peaceful rebellion, a most civilized form of warfare, and yet dangerous to the stability of the state. Any doubts?
Okay.
Yeah.
No, no.